So let's talk about investing and trading in the commodities. And so here I'm just going to cover the main ones. There are, of course, many more commodities. So gold, it trades almost all commodities trade in the futures market, as well as you'll have one big ETF that represents that particular commodity. So gold has the /GC futures and the GLD ETF. Silver has the /SI futures and SLV ETF. Oil has the /CL futures and the USO ETF. Copper has the /HG and the CU copper fund. So let's go look at the charts, and I want to take a trade on gold because I believe a new trend has started for gold. So let's go here. Now this is oil, so let's go back to our gold chart. /GC. This is of course too big of a time frame to determine a trade. So I want to come here and say daily, and let's first look at a 1 year daily chart. You can see it's gone up nicely. And here we are at 1239. It's trying to come back to that level. So yeah, I feel it's going to try to do that again. It has this huge momentum behind it. If you wanted to take a trade, I feel now at least it's been rejected from the top all the way from 1250. So even if it moves up a few dollars, that would be a decent trade. So this is what I might call a swing to position. So somewhere between that. So maybe 1 to 2 months you want to hold it and see how it goes. But of course, if you get the profits that you're looking for, then you would take it off. So here, what I don't want to trade the futures, but I can come to GLD, which is the ETF, and you can see that the ETF reached a high of 120, 121, and here we are at 118. Let's now zoom in a little bit more and see the 1 month daily chart, and you can see, okay, this was that strong bar that we faced. Here looks like a little bit, you can see that gold gaps a lot. So in the morning when the markets open, you will see that overnight news has impacted gold quite a bit. So it jumps around, it gaps. So here we are at the lower end of this here today. So GLD is at 118. So let's do this. Let's buy GLD. And so either you can buy GLD as a share itself, or you can go into the options market. I'm just going to go into the options market. I think this will also give you a lot more experience on how to use options. So obviously now we're looking for gold to move up some more, and therefore you want to go onto the call side because call is a bullish instrument. Puts are a bearish instrument, so you want to use calls. And let's say over the next 51 days, I'm going to take this 121 because it came very close to that, 10 contracts. So that would be about 1,000 shares, equivalent to 1,000 shares of GLD, because each contract in the options market is equivalent to 100 shares. So here we are going to pay 2.99 per share. You can see how close the bid-ask spread is. It's just 1 cent. And even today, GLD has traded 11 million shares. That's pretty good. So here it got filled at 2.99. So now I have a trade in gold. So here we are, 10 contracts, 121 call. It's got 51 days to expiry. All options have an expiry date. And we bought it for 2.99. And so our investment is about 2,999. So let this trade be, and we'll track this one also. If you wanted to look at the other commodities, if you wanted to look at USO, for example, this is the oil ETF, United States Oil Fund. So let's take a chart of this, and we want to go a little back. So let's say 2 years weekly. So this is a major downtrend over the last 2 years. So if we had got into this trade on the short side, this would have been a very good trade for almost a year or two. Now you can see very high volume coming in here and high volume also all the way here. So this was a good bottom. We'll see if that bottom gets tested again. It's likely to get tested again, and if that's the case, we'll need to see how it behaves. But this is the oil chart for the last 2 years. That's where we stand. Silver is SLV, and that's also been on a downtrend. Just in the last 2 months, you can see a little bit of an uptick, but it hit a low of 13. Silver actually before that hit a high of almost $50, I think. Let's see, 2 years weekly. Let's go back 5 years. Yeah, $48. That was hit in 2011. So it's come down from 48 to 14. Pretty big drop as well. Just like gold. Gold came down from $1,900 all the way to 1,000. So silver generally follows gold for the most part. And also silver is an industrial commodity as well. So that's it for the section on commodities. Next, we're going to look at Forex and currencies. We have a trade on GLD, which we'll track as well. Thanks.